Welcome YouTube to Complete Lifestyle, where we focus on becoming the best version of yourself, having no holes in your game. Nobody is perfect, but we all strive to become complete as individuals over here. So, before we jump into today's topic, just go over the minor stuff. CompleteLifestyle.co is the website. Redbubble, Teespring is where the clothing is. I'll put all that stuff in the link in the description. So let's get into it. Today's topic for today is we're talking about why Draymond Green. So for those of you who don't know what's going on, Draymond Green is a basketball player in the NBA for the Golden State Warriors. Recently, he got into an altercation with another player named Jordan Poole. Video got out. He punched Jordan Poole in the face. And so I'm going to use Draymond Green as an example of why you want to concentrate and focus on becoming complete as a person, because being incomplete has its issues that come with it. Sometimes when we don't take care of our problems, they come up later. And even in things that we're dealing with that we don't get right with, it manifests itself in other ways. So first, I want to play a clip of Draymond Green at his press conference after the incident. Check it out.
Myself, I am a very flawed human being. And I think I personally know those flaws better than anyone. And the work that I've done to correct those flaws, I think, has been tremendous. And yet there's still a very long way to go. I think that's a constant work in process. I am a constant work in process, and I'll continue to do that work. I think the day that took place, I was in a very, very, very bad space mentally, dealing with some things in my personal life that I, quite frankly, not certain that, I can't sit here and say like, oh, you're dealing with some things in your personal life that didn't shorten your temper, that didn't, that didn't change your reaction in moments. Like, all those things are tied together. And I think that's where you get to see the human being side of us, where if you are dealing with something, when you step on the court, it just doesn't go away. That's the same brain, that's the same body that is dealing with something that's now stepping onto that court. And as a leader of this team, I needed to have a better feel for myself and just know and understand where my wicks end was, and what could possibly push me the wrong way. And quite frankly, I didn't handle that well, and I failed as a leader. And in turn, I failed as a man. I failed as a leader.
So, guys, this is what I'm talking about when I first came up with the concept for my channel. And, normally I have some notes, and I put them right here in front of me, and I just scroll down and glance here. And today I'm just going to wing it, because this is just a conversation piece. I don't want people to feel like, we as adults can't just come together and have a conversation. So I've explained the incident. I've let you hear a clip from the basically press conference about why this happened and how he feels with his situation. Now, what you guys didn't hear is how he brought up his upbringing, growing up in Saginaw, Michigan, and how times were tough. And by him being a man or a male, dealing with things that he couldn't at the time unpack. How he talks about in this interview how he compartmentalizes things. And what happens with that is when you have things that bother you and they build up and build up and build up, nobody sees the build up. What happens is it just keeps building up And something that is minor, when you explode, it's major. Now, the issues that led to his build up to where he just walked up on his teammate and punched him in the face, we don't know his issues because he didn't tell us what was going on. He just said, my headspace was not right. I had some things going on that I was dealing with. By no way is that an excuse. Now, I do want to say I commend him for being a man about it and publicly apologizing, because most of the time people do things in public and then apologize in private. So I got to commend him for that. I also got to commend him for knowing the issues, because a lot of us, we tend to overlook our issues if it's not the end of the world tomorrow. So I definitely commend him for that. I also want to say the Warriors organization did not do him a service. They did him a disservice by allowing that footage to leak out. In the video of the press conference, he also mentions, things don't get leaked out when he's coaching up a teammate or helping out a teammate or giving guidance to somebody that's in the organization or trying to help out. So when these type of things happen, yes, I'm glad it did happen so that he can actually seek some help, take some time away from the game, which he said he was going to do. But at the same time, you have to fault the organization for letting these things out. Fights have been going on in practices since forever. It's not a uncommon thing for teammates to go at it. Now, if you looked at the footage that leaked from the practice, by no means did Jordan Poole come into his airspace or violate him physically. It was trash talking. Now, for what reason was it trash talk? Draymond Green didn't go into detail for whatever. But from the look of it, it was a minor thing, because if you know people that are getting ready to fight, normally if you say something that hits that nerve, they don't just walk up on you. They run up on you. And they come with intentions. Draymond Green was talking this trash, and he walked up on him to see what exactly he was going to do with him being in his airspace. Now, even though Jordan Poole did push him first, it doesn't make it right that Draymond Green connected. Now, if you're asking me, I had an experience a while back with somebody that I knew. And whether they felt like somebody that the person that they were involved in the altercation with was too cocky, or they were trying to set an example or set a tone for the people around them, not necessarily showing off, but trying to portray a role. And it was a simple thing as trash talking, just like this. But the guy that started the altercation hauled off and slapped the victim. Now, nobody by any means deserves this kind of treatment. But what I'm saying is, these are the things that happen when people don't let out whatever's bothering them. Because people trash talk all the time. It's a part of the game. But when you don't unpack the serious stuff that's off the court, when you just let that build up, you will bring those issues into the workplace, into places that they are not supposed to be. So number one, I want to say, everybody who's dealing with something, go get help. Seek counseling, therapy, whatever you need to get things off your chest. Because what people don't realize is, when you're holding on to things, when things are holding you in negatively, anything negative is going to keep you from moving forward. Maybe not in the outward look that people can see, but something like this, think about it. If that man decided to file an assault, if he wanted to push hard enough to see if he could get Draymond Green traded to another team, there are a lot of incidents and altercations that things take place where a victim has a lot of different options. But Jordan Poole is handling it like a respectable person right now. He's not trying to talk until he is ready to talk. So he's dealing with the issue in his own personal way. So I respect that versus trying to slander him or go after him, et cetera, because violence begets violence sometimes. But what I will say is the deeper issue is, people, you have to understand who you are. This is why I talk about being in a complete lifestyle. When you're in a complete lifestyle, you understand, hey, I'm not perfect. I have my own issues. I got to deal with it. I got to find out what my purpose is. I got to understand who I am, what I need to get done to become the best version of myself. So Draymond Green tells you, I'm a flawed individual. So that's his first step. He understands. He's not living in la la land and saying, oh, I don't know what happened and I just lost it. No, he understands he was dealing with something non-basketball related, if I can guess. But, you add on a little here, you add on a little there, you add on a little here from different things, and all it does is just build on up and build on up and build on up, because you're internalizing everything. So when you get to that point, it explodes. And the issue is nowhere near what all the buildup is about, but that is the moment where you just can't take it no more. And you're looking for a way to release, and normally it's physical. If we want to talk about Will Smith, same thing. He had issues going on inside the home with his wife. It's all been documented of everything that they've been going through all the way back from the Tupac days, all the way through the August Alsina incident, And so with all of that building up, I don't know if he was doing therapy before now. But I knew everything built up, and when Chris Rock said his joke and his wife looked at him, Will Smith took that opportunity to release. Right, wrong, indifferent. He took that opportunity to release. So, guys, the reason I'm preaching like I am, the reason we're having this conversation is because I don't want people to internalize things. Talk out your issues. Be man enough or woman enough to say, hey, this is what I'm dealing with. There's no shame in being able to talk to somebody, get therapy, get some help, release, unpack. Don't internalize, guys. Because let's say that's Draymond Green, right? He's an NBA player. He's going to get a little slack because of who he is and what it is. But if you go to your job and you get into it like that with somebody that works at your job, you're not going to get the same outcome. You're not going to get the same outcome. If you go into a restaurant, if you're going to play basketball at the local Y or somewhere else, and that happens, it's not going to be the same reaction. You put yourself at risk of worse because you don't know who this other person is, or you don't know what somebody is capable of when it comes down to it and you're actually attacking them. So I just want people to be careful, guys. Understand what you are going through is not embarrassing by any means. It's not something that you should hide. Whatever it is, it's something that if it is truly bothering you and you're internalizing it, go get help, guys. We don't know if the altercation will cost this man some money down the line because maybe the Warriors don't want to re-sign him back. We don't know if somebody from Jordan Poole's side may be trying to seek revenge for him because they don't feel like maybe he's not a fighter. So somebody feel like, oh, well, I got to handle his problems for him. You never know what backlash comes from the incidents that people create. When it's a simple, whatever your problem is, address your problems before you go and make unnecessary problems. So, guys, I want you to like, comment, subscribe on the video. I want to hear how you guys feel about it. Like I said, personally, it's sad because when you have to think about what Jordan Poole is going to go through, anytime he has an issue with somebody, it's going to be brought up. Anytime he's on the basketball court and the opposing player is a trash talker, it's going to be brought up. These things will live in infamy forever. So his kids have to watch it. Kids. You don't know what kind of mental hurt that's going to take on him. So I want everybody to be compassionate for Jordan Poole. I want Draymond Green to get the help he deserves and he needs. And I just want us all to understand, guys, that, you know, you don't have to internalize. I know a lot of men do it, and it's a thing where if you do internalize and you keep stuff in for whatever reason, you feel like subconsciously, well, I'm being a man. This is what I have to do. I can't let it out. I can't talk about my issues because I'm going to be viewed as weak, or if it gets out in the NBA, they're going to use that against me, or whatever. Draymond Green actually is a competitor in the league at the highest level. The mean streak, all the things that he's done is sad when you compare it to the fact of the warning signs are there, but because they're winning and he's a big contributor to their winning, the organization sweeps it up underneath the rug. The league, if you go down with the list of things he's done, from kicking a Memphis Grizzlies player in his private parts, to trying to kick LeBron James, to calling Kevin Durant the B word, the red flags are there of somebody who is hurting, dealing with some things, but they don't know how to release. Even in his interview and his press conference, he tells people, I have to work on getting out my issues. So like I said, I do hope that he gets the help that he needs. I am so sorry this happened to Jordan Poole, because I can only imagine you don't live these type things down. No matter where you go, anything he gets into, somebody's got an issue being out in public. People are going to try you now just because of an incident that happened at practice. So, guys, let's do better. Let's start moving forward. Let's not be ashamed or feeling some type of way to let out what our problems are, what our issues are, because it's not going to do anything but help us. So I want to start that today, guys. Like, comment, subscribe to the video. Enjoy your day.